It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to the pastry shop. To the bakery.
It's pie time.
It is.
Look at all these delicious pies.
I got to tell you, I'm a little upset.
Why?
Because the crew doesn't know pie eating contest. I said, can we have a real pie eating contest? They think I'm asking them to put their faces in there.
Oh, that would kind of be fun.
No, but that's not what I asked them.
You've got the apple pie. My grandmother, as you would say, makes you rest in peace, would start with, she would start with the apple pie pieces, and then she would work her way through every pie, and then maybe get to dinner, but maybe not.
What is this?
Those are apple pie bites for the pie eating contest.
I've never seen this. No, you see, you're just like them. A pie eating contest.
You eat the whole pie?
Is you take a pie.
The whole pie.
And you eat it. And then you take another pie.
The whole pie?
Oh, my God. Yes, the whole pie.
Wow. Joey Chestnut the pie?
That's right. So what you do is you eat the pie, put another one. The person that eats the most pies in 60 seconds is the winner.
Look at this pie.
So can you imagine eating that pie?
Smell this pie. This is the Concord Grape Pie.
Can you imagine eating that and then having to eat another one and you're in the contest?
No, I cannot actually.
You've never seen that before? Have you seen that?
I've seen it, yes. I've seen it like on the Hallmark Channel.
The Hallmark Channel.
What about Stand By Me? Have you ever seen that scene in Stand By Me?
Yes.
And they throw up all over the place?
Nice.
Yeah, good times.
I was watching the Olympics last night, and they had Tara Lipinski standing between two guys. Yeah. But Tara Lipinski apparently, I think, is not very tall. Because they have her like on a box. They have her elevated because her waist.
They forgot.
Her waist, like I have my waist right now.
They forgot the box?
No, it's like at their chest level. Yeah. And I'm like, man, she must be really tiny because clearly she's on a box to keep the camera angle. I look her up. She's 5'1". She's my height. And I'm thinking, wow, she looks so tiny. But now I understand why I have booster seats with me every place I go.
No, the funny thing is you interviewing a 7-foot basketball player and you're getting showered on with the sweat. So they're like moving and grooving, dodgeball here, because the sweat is raining down on them. And
it was like one of the ladies I interviewed last week. She was
Holy
like 6 feet.
Smokes.
I know, and I looked at some of Max's pictures and I went, wow, how do we fix that camera angle? There's no way to fix that.
The small and tall of it.
Look at Max. Wait, look at her. She's hiding. I don't know what she's doing. We've got a photo shoot going on in the studio right now.
Max, are you looking for money underneath the sofa? What are you doing? You're like crawling all over the place.
And look who's here. The man, the myth, and the legend himself, the birthday boy. And there he is.
You can't keep a good man down.
Your ears must be burning, man, Russell. We were just chit-chatting about how great you look.
Is it your birthday today? Is that true?
March 4th.
Oh, the 4th. I thought they said every day is your birthday.
Well, we've got the Concord Grape Pie Company in the house. It is a new sponsor of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. We're really excited. You can check them out at the farmers markets over the weekend. They are at the Cove and Delray on Saturday, and on Sundays they're at Parkland and Brick up here in Boca. So a lot of great things, and sometimes they alternate in Boynton Beach. Plenty of time to go get your pies.
Also, Atlantic Avenue, I see them every Saturday.
Delray. So today we've got the Concord Grape Pie. You've got the apple pie bites, the key lime pie, and this is a strawberry pie. And Max is doing a photo shoot, which looks incredible. So check out all the socials. You're going to see more pies coming to you.
And we are using the photo lab today, and Max is funny. Max, you're going to do a handstand on that pie or what?
Have you ever been part of a pie eating contest?
Yes, that's how I know about it.
What was your favorite pie?
That's not the way it works. They give you pies. There's
You eat
26 pies, and you eat the most you can in a minute. And then they judge
In a
it. Because,
minute?
yeah, you have to clean it. The dish, the one with the cleanest dishes is the one. If you don't clean it, you leave a lot of it, you don't get
How many
credit
did
for
you
the pie.
eat?
I had 12.
Pies?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like the hot dogs from
And I didn't
Nathan's.
win. I didn't win.
In a minute?
In a minute.
No.
I didn't win. Yeah. You'd be surprised what you can shove in
Actually,
your
I
face.
thought it was 14. They're telling me you were like at 13 or 14, not 12. They are telling me.
It could have been I had 2. For all I remember, I was in a coma after that.
They're telling
Then
me
you
it
wonder
was
why
like
I'm a diabetic.
They're telling me it was like 13.
No, this is a long time ago. This is like when I was the kids, the Heather and them kids age. I was like in my 20s and I did it.
Well,
It's a fundraiser.
These pies smell incredible. So get your pies over the weekend at the farmer's market. But if you can't wait till the weekend, you want them sent to you, go to the Concord Grape Pie Company.com. You can order your full one, or you can even order the minis. 4 minis fit in a box. 10 different flavors. Peanut butter. Do you remember growing up the peanut butter and jelly? Was it Goobers? They had it mixed in the jar already.
Yes.
So all you have to do is literally put your spoon in and
It
just
was Welch's grape jelly.
with the Goobers peanut butter.
That's who these people are. They supply.
Think about what we used to eat as kids. Literally peanut butter and jelly with a spoon in a jar. We were like the first latchkey kids.
Wait a minute. I didn't eat it with a spoon in the jar. I put it on something. I
Oh,
don't
no.
eat. You
No, you
just
just-
had it out of a spoon?
That and marshmallow fluff. Yep. Fingers, spoon, right out
Marshmallow
of.
fluff.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You never had like peanut butter and jelly marshmallow fluff?
Oh, stop.
So good. You never had marshmallow fluff?
Wow.
A fluff or nutter?
It's just marshmallow and
Yeah.
peanut butter.
No.
Stuck together.
On white bread, because there was no whole wheat bread at the time.
No, I would.
There was no healthy breads back then. It was
I
just
would
white bread, Wonder
die
bread.
if I ate that. Ugh. And then you guys laugh when I put mayonnaise and everything. How can you laugh?
You put marshmallow fluff on peanut butter? Delicious. Oh my gosh.
That
haven't
you eat.
lived.
I know.
The healthy one eats that. Can you believe that?
I know, but we got a great show lined up for you today. We've got Dana Sardano of the Ubuntu Room. Today we are doing the heart chakra. So this is, his name is Amo, like love in Spanish.
Amor. Amor is spelled differently, but yeah, it's close. Amo. Te amo.
Te amo.
Yeah.
All right, and you know what you have to do
How
to
are you
get
giving this away? No, that ain't working for
I
me.
want one.
Let me read the back for you. I am love. I give love. I love without condition or expectation. We got a lot to talk about. Unconditional love. Apparently, that was a whole conversation that I must have had on air, and people were asking me what I said about unconditional love, and I had to explain everything that I
You're
said.
very that was a very confusing.
Unconditional love. I'm going to talk to Dane about it when we come back because
Very confusing.
I kind of, I know it's like your dog, your pet, you have unconditional love. They
My
have
rock,
unconditional
my
love
pet
for you.
rock.
Your children, unconditional love.
love.
Spouses, I'm not so sure.
Spouses, yeah.
Unconditional love for your
It
spouse?
can, you have to say that otherwise. Yeah.
But it's not like your kids or your pet. Just saying, it's a different
It
type
should
of
be
love.
more important because they give you the kids and the pets. Anyway, we're going to change the rules about this. This is what we're going to
To
do.
give you? I don't know about that. Sit
Yeah.
on my stool for 9 months and tell me that you gave me. I'm kidding.
Why? We have to see if the rest of our lives in the same stool. Okay, if you want the cup and you want to win it, first of all, you cannot have won a prize already. That disqualifies you. But we know who won, so. Second is you're going to call 888-994-4995, Studio A, and the first one that calls in wins it. Got to do it this way because all of a sudden I'm finding thousands of I want ones. And I find it first, she finds it, and it doesn't work. So you call in and you get this one. We gave away that beautiful drawing piece to Veggie Vero won it, right? So she got that one. So we got this one left. Because if we have to be organized chaos, otherwise we can't break this into a million pieces.
All right, give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A, to win the love chakra. We've never really talked about this. I'm excited to get into it. All surrounded by green. All right, which is so funny because most people think green is jealousy, but yet it's
Envy.
the love chakra, envy, right?
Envy.
So it's kind of like polar opposites. Well, there's a whole lot to get into.
Well, maybe she just picked that color, maybe.
No, the heart chakra is really green.
I see it over there. Oh, it is green.
I know.
Wow.
Bag of crystals, because there's some good ones in there. Yeah, one
Oh,
off.
wow. These are your mom's favorite.
Okay, where is the M&Ms?
Didn't your mother love green crystals, Freddie?
Way.
Where's the
The
M&Ms?
Milky Way. It's green.
Milky Way.
Is
word
this the
is in
cup that
green.
was on the thing?
No, this is the green. Yes. All right, more to come on a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back. You make me digress.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by two friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Finding the world's best coffee. Nothing can stop Don Pablo from getting you the rarest coffees. Traveling across continents, climbing the highest mountains, overcoming immense obstacles, all for the quest of greatness. Experience this excitement with every sip.
Looking for music that brings back the memories? True Oldies FLA is South Florida's premier destination for timeless hits from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Brought to you by M2 TV Network. Broadcasting across multiple FM and HD stations, including 95.3 FM in Delray Beach and Boca Raton, 95.9 FM in Palm Beach County, 96.9 FM in Broward County and North Miami-Dade, and 106.9 FM on the Treasure Coast. True Oldies, FLA. Feel good music that spans generations.
Now is your opportunity to spotlight your business at Rock Meets Soul. March the 21st at Misner Park Amphitheater. The event features Rock and Roll Hall of Famer John Oates and the Good Road Band, alongside Firefall, Radio, Randy Hall, and John Ford Coley. In partnership with the Brooklyn Cafe TV show, the evening includes exclusive red carpet interviews streamed live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, with additional promotion through True Oldies Radio on 95.3 FM and 96.9 FM. Sponsorship partners like you receive high visibility brand placement across event media, on-stage recognition, LED signage, and direct access to a passionate audience of live music fans. Become a sponsor today and put your brand center stage on the red carpet and in front of music lovers across South Florida.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Did you eat one? I just ate one of the apple. I don't know what this small one is. Andrew, what are these small ones? Are they all apple? Are these apple as well?
Yes, they are.
They're all apple.
Now,
They're
the apple bites, they
delicious.
come in a box, 4 in a box, 10 in a box. How do these come?
5 bites
5 bites?
to a little box.
To a little box. I never saw these. Were you been hiding these?
Sold out before you got there.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, the bites go fast.
The
Andrew,
bites go
I got
fast.
I
They're
got there at
delicious.
9:30, Andrew.
You gotta get there at 9.
Holy smokes. These are cool. I love this.
They keep
They're
getting
absolutely
miniature.
delicious.
Like if I made another small size, it's a thimble.
They're getting smaller and smaller.
All right, you ready to get into this?
I don't know. I'm a little scared.
These pies are delicious, so check out the Concord Grape Pie Company. Order yours today, concordgrapepiecompany.com, or check them out at your local farmer's market. More to come. Andrew and his dad are going to be here. Chef Mel, Chef Freddie, Chef of the Day. More pies to eat. I just had the apple bite. Delicious. All right, let's get into this all about love with the Ubuntu Room with Dana Sardano. Let's roll it.
This segment has been sponsored by the Ubuntu Room. Come join Dana Sardano as she offers life-changing advice that will affect the spiritual, emotional, and physical aspects of your being. Within her easily available writings, you will find the solution you need for your problems. Tune in to the Ubuntu Room on the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is the Ubuntu Room. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. For those of you who are new to what I do, the Ubuntu Room is a place where we talk all things personal empowerment, all things spiritual development, and everything that falls in between. It's where we recognize that the power is in our hands to create the lives that we desire, and that personal empowerment and spiritual development are actually very much intertwined. And each of us on our own journey of self-discovery falls somewhere on that spectrum. It's my hope that by having these conversations, maybe I meet you where you fall, and perhaps we travel together. So today we are talking heart chakra, the Mac Daddy of all the chakras. So important, so powerful. The last couple weeks we talked about the foundational chakras, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, all about safety, security, empowerment, creativity. And when we have a balanced foundations in each of these chakras, we then have an open, loving heart chakra. Now the heart chakra is represented in green. It's right here, located in the heart space, obviously. Excuse me, and the greatest age of residence is 21 to 28. So when we have, again, the balanced foundational chakras, we can then have an open heart, love without condition or expectation, free of resentments, feelings of gratitude and forgiveness, compassion. However, when it's built on a faulty foundation of self-doubt, guilt, shame, fear, instability, insecurity, we then carry resentment. We may lack compassion. We may love with conditions. We have transactional relationships that don't allow for a deeper connection. The reason the heart chakra, the health of a heart chakra is so important is because it is truly the portal to all things magical. So if you take a look at my shirt and you see, I always have trouble seeing below my boobies, but if you look at the foundational chakras, again, the root, sacral, solar plexus, and then the heart is right in the middle, the portal, and then above you have your throat, third eye, and crown. It's truly the center of the foundation and then the upper magical chakras. And when your heart chakra is out of balance or stunted in any way, it affects them moving forward. Stunted heart chakra, your throat chakra, which is all about speaking your truth and living authentically. If your heart is tainted with fear, you can't speak your truth. You can't live authentically. Your third eye chakra is your area of clarity and vision and intuition and imagination and discernment. If your heart is tainted with fear, your discernment becomes judgment. Your crown chakra is all about your connectedness and your compassion for all things, your non-attachment, your sense of oneness. Again, broken record, heart chakra tainted with fear, you become attached to your old story and attached to your pains and attached to things that no longer serve you. You lack compassion and you have difficulty connecting with all things. So I cannot overstate the importance of the health of your heart chakra. Now, there are three aspects of the heart chakra that I want to dive into a little bit today. The first one is gratitude. It's just to be grateful and appreciative of what you've got. Now, you could do I do 5 things I'm grateful for a day, or I keep a gratitude journal, or on Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for all things. But I think gratitude goes a little bit deeper than that, because it's easy to be grateful for an ice cream cone or a puppy, but to be grateful for the stuff that is unpleasant is a more challenging assignment. To be grateful for the suck while you're in the suck is something that is difficult for many of us to do. But when we have a little retrospection and we're able to really look at all experiences as something for us to learn, to grow, to expand, or to even enjoy, we could then begin to have gratitude for all the things, even those that have wronged us, or even situations that have brought us to where we are. So gratitude is so, so powerful. The other one is compassion. To be able to have compassion for all things, again, is another challenge. But when we are free of the pains that we carry and the imbalances from our traumas, and we become aligned in our foundational chakras, our ability to have compassion opens up. I want to share a little something with you. It's minor, but I want to share it. I brought this deck of cards. So back in the day, I used to mess around with the oracle cards and tarot and stuff like that. And I used to use this deck all the time. It's called the Crystal Mandala Oracle deck. It's absolutely beautiful, so I highly recommend it. But there was this card that I used to pick, or when I picked it in a spread. It's called the Inner Queen. And when I would choose this card, I would get all excited because I'm like, ooh, I'm the Inner Queen. Because I didn't truly understand its message, even though it comes with a little booklet and it explains, but I didn't understand the magnitude of this card. And the message in the Inner Queen is, and again, it is, or not again, but to understand the Inner Queen, it's not just for women. It's a feminine energy that both men and women can carry. And it is about healing ourselves, releasing the judgments, and the ability to have compassion for all things. And when I realized that, obviously, a few years later, a little bit of wisdom, rear view mirror perspective, I understood that I didn't understand the Inner Queen because I didn't yet embody that. And now I have it with clarity. So, find your Inner Queen, but understand that compassion is essential for our own healing, for our own peace. And the third one that I want to touch on is forgiveness, because you can't have compassion without forgiveness. Now, forgiveness is a challenge, especially when you still carry pain and you still carry hurt and you still feel wronged and victimized. But again, by doing the work, by overcoming, the ability to forgive comes easier, compassion comes more fluidly, and we find peace in our hearts. Now, it wouldn't be an Ubuntu room with Dana Sardano if I didn't share a little story, but I've talked about my mother ad nauseum, right? About how I didn't have a relationship with my mother, and she went to the grave with a bitter estrangement and all that. But I had spent many years after trying to find forgiveness in my heart for my mother. And it was a challenge, to say the least. I've talked about my father. I was estranged with my father, and that relationship was rough, to say the least. But my father came to me a few years before he passed with hat in hand asking for forgiveness. And I forgave him once. We built this beautiful relationship, and I had the love in my heart. My mother, unfortunately, went to the grave without having done that. So I had to take the high road, essentially, and find the forgiveness without that olive branch. And I did. Until I became triggered again, until the yuck came up again, and I realized, I didn't completely. And then I did again. And I joke, I did this 50 times and counting, and still had some yuck for my mother, because forgiveness is hard. I'm not going to pretend it's not. About a year or so ago, I had a dream. I woke up from this dream. I don't remember the details, and I'm not going to put you through that. But the feeling I had when I woke up was, oh my God, it's time. I have to put this to rest for good. I have to forgive my mother. Now, I always understood that my forgiveness was more about me than anything, and it was really a gift to my children so I can, break the cycle of abuse and neglect and all those things and pass on a different direction for my children. But what I realized in that moment was my forgiveness isn't just about me. It isn't just about my children. It's about my ancestry. Because my mother wasn't the way she was, because she wasn't hatched from an egg. She had a mother who treated her a certain way, and she had a mother, and so on and so forth. Because we're all just human, doing the best we can with our humanness. And when I was able to see it that way and cultivate some compassion, I was able to forgive. And in that moment, I did. And when I realized and understood the magnitude of what was happening, I fell into tears and I lost it. And I just released and cleansed all of it. And that was the day, 51st is the charm, is the day that I forgave my mother for good. And I know this is going to sound weird. I'm not going to lie. I am different because of it. That forgiveness created peace for me. And moving forward, I know it affects all that I encounter. And we look at things linearly. Linearly, it came out right the first time. Linearly, I always trip over that word. It goes out in ripples. So when we forgive and we open our hearts, not only does it affect our upper chakras, not only does it affect the people that we interact with, but the energy goes out and it affects everything. And at the risk of sounding trite, forgiveness is truly divine. So, gratitude, compassion, forgiveness. Do your best to find it in your heart. And when you do, you will find not only joy, peace, and freedom, but you will find the magic of the upper chakras begin to come online. Now, before I go, I want to share one more thing with you. So last week, I was sharing my Ubuntu Girls Guide to Greatness cards. Now, these cards, each of these Ubuntu girls represents an aspect of self. And a lot of these aspects correspond with the chakras. Out of the 15 girls, trying to do this without dropping them all over the place, where'd they go? 4 of them, sorry about that, they were out of order for some reason. 4 of them represent the heart chakra. So I'm not going to go through the tips and the tools and the exercises, there's no time for that. But I do want to read the affirmations and I want to leave you with them. This is a little birdie, and she says, release judgment and cultivate compassion. Ginger says, love yourself unconditionally. Mermina says, forgive yourself and others. And lastly, Sahara says, show gratitude, even for the suck. So I'll leave you with that. As always, thank you for joining me. Be kind to yourself. Forgiveness is divine. And Ubuntu.
Be you, Ubuntu. Be you. You be you, Ubuntu.
I gotta ask, these females, they're all females.
Yes.
So chakra's only female.
No, those are the Ubuntu girls.
Oh.
No, everyone has their chakras. This is my chakra dress. This is when my chakras are not in alignment and they're like all over my dress because there's all sort of craziness going on. I decided this was my chakra dress. But it's funny because I've never really thought much about the heart chakra. Like I always seem to skip it. Like I know the root chakra and the solar plexus, and then we move right up to the third eye, the crown chakra. But somehow I never address the heart chakra. Isn't that funny? I just kind of like just skip right through it.
You gotta have a heart. But anyway, so females.
Wow.
Well, after today, you should see all the texts me. Females have female chakras. Males have male chakras.
No.
Warrior male.
No.
Because I can't see a man being a warrior, having a female, telling him what to do.
What?
But it's not female. Like we all have these energy centers and there's the aspects of self. So you, a man, can love without condition or expectation. You, a man, can have compassion. Remember, Jesus said, right? You, a man, can exercise forgiveness. It just looks different.
But my chakras all look like these paintings and cards that you're distributing.
Well, this is, remember, I'm an artist, I'm a creative. So my expression.
Your vision.
My vision, my expression. Remember, what do I relate? I relate to women. These are all archetypes and aspects of women. People have asked me because I get commissioned to do paintings, like, do I paint men?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, because they don't have the pretty eyelashes and the nice colorful hair, so no. But it's
wow.
It's so funny though because envy. We started before. Right? When I see green, people like green with envy, or green represents jealousy, but yet green represents the heart chakra, not just in your creative space as an artist, but through the chakra realm. Green represents the heart chakra, which is love, forgiveness, which they're like opposites of what people think of green as. Like even look at Elphaba, right? She was green. She wasn't loved. At least she felt she wasn't. She was ostracized. Green always holds like a negative connotation for people, but yet it's really the opposite. So why is that? How did that even misnomer happen?
I'm not going to pretend like I know the answer to that, but all of these colors have a frequency, and like the crystals with the similar colors have a frequency, and they correspond with the frequency of these energy centers. And everything has an opposite. Where there's dark, there's light, right? So if there's an open heart and there's a lovingness, well, I would think the opposite of that would be envy or something of the like. You know what I mean? Again, I don't think it's like a direct, but I'm wondering, and this is kind of like out there, like conspiracy-ish, but there's a lot of forces at play attempting to corrupt what is already pure. Like, look at our children, you know what I mean? The school system, I'm just gonna leave it at that because that'll be a 20-minute tear. But there are intentional forces at play corrupting things that are pure. So if the movies or the fictional characters that you're seeing, they're utilizing certain colors or certain symbols or certain imagery to represent the opposite of what it means, I wouldn't be surprised if that was part of the agenda.
Isn't that interesting?
I think
Totally
so.
different. And then I wanted to ask you, those cards that you talked about.
Yeah.
Are those yours?
No, I didn't make these.
You didn't
no.
make these. These are
No.
different cards.
Yeah.
But you talk about heart health. So do you think physical heart health is important to the health of your heart chakra, the energy of it?
Oh, 100%. I think that your heart health is a direct consequence, or your lack of heart health, a direct consequence of an unhealthy heart chakra. So we didn't get started. We only have a small amount of time to get into the physical manifestations of the clogged energy. But like, if we have certain energy centers that aren't properly moving or are properly circulating, there is going to be a physical manifestation. So it makes you wonder why people are having heart issues, you know, in women, you know, right? Aren't women really prone for heart attacks?
Yeah.
And so the heart health, if the heart is broken, you're carrying grief, you're carrying resentment, judgment. Think about all of us in one way, you know, there's a spectrum, one way, shape, or form, carry some sort of, if you feel victimized by anybody, if you have somebody in your family or an ex that you're still like, nah, you're carrying some sort of resentment. That's a part of the heart. To have true compassion, even for the crappy people and the people who have wronged you, is a feat and a half. But you owe it to yourself and the health of your heart, I think, to get that stuff in check. You know what I mean?
And forgiveness. Forgiveness from the heart is different than forgiveness from the mind. Now, you forgave your mom from the heart. Like, you knew in your mind you had to, you should, right? Logically, you need to move on. How do you forgive from the heart? Because that's unconditional forgiveness. That's not talking yourself through it again. You feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was truly able, because I joke, 51st time and 50 times and counting, you know. It came in layers. I remember the first time I actually even attempted to forgive, and then that was like a whole thing. And then different steps. I'd see things with my children, and it would bring something up because I'm now the mother seeing it from that perspective. But I think in order to truly, in order to truly forgive from the heart, you have to be solid in root, sacral, solar plexus, because you can't feel an iota of victimization, right? And like, oh, what they did to me, that can't exist in order to have compassion, in order to forgive. So I think I was only able to forgive my mother in the way that I did that 51st time because I'd always been doing this work, when that was in full alignment. And then it was, and again, I remember the dream, but then it was, oh, aha! Compassion's important and it feels good, you know.
Do you look back now over however many years you felt that with your mom, the negativity, the forgiveness, the whatever feeling you had, and think, wow, that was a wasted emotion, or I spent all these years feeling this way to now only forgive? Maybe I should not have felt that way. Or do you feel like that was all part of your journey?
Oh yeah, no regrets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all a part of, because if we put pressure on ourselves, nothing is before readiness, right? We have to, it's just the steps. So yeah, I look back at my silliness, you know what I mean? But I don't feel like anything was wasted, because it's all part of the tapestry that creates where we are now.
Because sometimes I think I'll look back at something, I'm like, you know what, maybe I should not have had that emotion. And then I remember something, I'm like, yeah, but it was probably valid, because at that time, whatever occurred to make you feel that, whatever family traumas, or there's a whole lot of triggers and family dynamics that go on that make it more exacerbated, make it bigger. It might not have just been you and your mom, it could have been a sibling or your dad or a grandma or something else that compounds that feeling. And then you look back and go, well, now they're all gone. Could I have changed it? Would it have been different in my family if I didn't act like that? Or if grandma didn't treat mom that way and now I treat it, whatever.
I don't think so. You know, Dawn, it's all about our level of awareness. And if we really are able to kind of remove ourselves objectively and say everything is just information, and the way you reacted and felt around your family, those emotions, were just the information telling you that you had things that you needed to align in yourself to shift your perspective. Right?
Yeah.
So we will feel guilt because, oh, I shouldn't have talked to my grandmother that way. She was, 85 and I was a teenager, and that's not nice. But I was a teen, like I could look at it objectively, like the information is, that's where we were and that's what it was. And the past is in the past. And here we are now, constantly evolving. You know what I mean?
That's part of the healing,
Don't
I think.
live in the guilt. That's what I say.
Yeah. And I agree.
If you're going to make a mistake, man up to it and learn from it and keep going. I can't live in the guilt because you start making mistakes when you live in the guilt. Then all of a sudden you become gun shy and you don't say the things that you want to say and you're holding back, and it just changes your persona. It's a whole different kettle of fish that you're opening up when you're doing that. So, but it's a nice perspective that you bring forward. I always enjoy it when you do these things because you go down memory lane. You start thinking about the different things that you did in your past life and everything you did when you were younger and how you treated people and how people treated you. And I guess it's developed. I've developed into not listening as much to the criticisms anymore. You know, they're going to be there no matter what. Hurtful words come from hurtful people. I get that. And I am more forgiving now than I used to be. Because I used to hold you accountable for being hurtful. But sometimes, you got to forgive them for they cannot see. I mean, it's just living this whole thing and shaking your let them and okay.
Okay.
You know that your okay was spelled O-K-A-Y. It's really a phenomenon. And it seems like since yesterday, a lot of people are beginning to show more of their hurt. They're expressing more of their pain. They're not holding back and swallowing as hard. Maybe it's because they're listening to your segment. I don't know what it is, but
it's okay not to be okay.
But I get bombarded. Just you're not okay. It's okay, but don't hurt others as well because you're hurting. If they've done something, then you communicate. You talk about it. You try to relate to one another. But it's changed my perspective. Where I used to be an angry Rican, no longer an angry Rican. It's just, maybe I've gotten old. I don't know.
I think, Dana, you've shifted a lot of people's perspectives on so many things that people are writing in and they're commenting how timely it is when they receive your book or a painting or a mug. It touches their soul and they go, oh, really? For me? Whatever it is, your energy and that you always show up authentically as yourself is incredible. You've touched so many people at every, I want to say at the heart, but at every level of whoever they are. So thank you for joining us.
Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, you know how much gratitude I have to be here. Like, it's so nice to have found a place where we're all aligned. You know what I mean? And so thank you. Thank you for allowing me to have the platform.
And your art is so unique. There are some artists that have a theme. Like if you look at Brito, that's Brito, right?
Brito, yeah.
Yeah, I look at your artwork, and I'm even thinking of the piece that we just sold to a club. Although they're all women, they're all different styles. Your Asian lady at the top, totally a different style than the others.
I thank you for reminding me. Somebody came in here to buy that one yesterday. So I showed the other one, the naked lady, the Boobylicious. He's bought it. So I showed that because she wanted to buy that. I showed the other one. So I have to ask you for two of them what the pricing would be.
Okay.
Remind me of that before you leave. I had a dream about a week ago that you were at, can I say it? Movies of Del Rey. You were on stage, but the Movies of Del Rey mushroomed into 1,000 people. And you ever seen some of the shows in the past where guys talk? What's the name of the guy who's Mr.
Oh,
Positive.
Steve Jobs?
That's
No.
one. Mr. Positive. He's always telling you how to do things, and I saw a clip with him the other day.
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins. And you were up there, and Tony Robbins opened for you. He said, hey, how you doing? Da, 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 let's do this. And then you came on set, and there were flashes of your paintings in the background. They were hanging all over the movies of Little Ray. And they were all hanging there, and we were filming it, and you were doing the latest and greatest of what they're doing now is they have participation. The shows are all about the people that are sitting there. You know, where you from, what's your name, what do you do? I've seen comedy shows that way, but there's all sorts of things that interact. And it's funny because you're sitting there and I'm getting these flashes of something like that. Maybe we should try something like that and see what happens. I don't think anything bad would happen.
And I'm looking at the ladies. Why are their eyes, I can't say all closed because you've got one, the little girl's eyes are open. This series, closed eyes mean what?
You know, the closed eyes are often when there's that expression of love. Like the one, everything's backwards. The one directly behind me, that one's called, you can't see the heart, but it's called Mi Corazon, and it's the mother and child. And then the one over here, nope, there it is, the mermaids. Again, it's the mother and child together. So that's usually why the eyes are closed. The eyes open is just my way of just expressing whatever it is. I'm side eye is a different field and, you know, straightforward. It's just whatever comes out. There's no real thought involved.
They're just beautiful. All of it. Those that have resin, those that don't, those that have texture with the flowers in her hair, amazing. So much so that I know you're now a third co-host on Lights in the Night on Thursdays, which is fantastic, and Russ Johnson is here. And then tomorrow you're going to be joining us on Brooklyn Cafe Show After Hours with Anne Marie. That's going to get a little spicy, right? Because we're bringing in, she's going to channel, hopefully, some being, something, someone.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Anne Marie and I go back many years, and she is just amazing. She's an author. She's so many things, but she's also a trance channel, and she channels beings through the angelic realms, but she channels energy. So I think we have a closed off version, like, oh, I channel Archangel Michael, or I channel, you know, your dead grandma. But I've seen her channel, so irreverent, I've seen her channel temperance. Like, I've seen her channel the energy of temperance. I've seen her channel the energy of the moon. Like, she's really, really something. And what I love about her is she's like a solid citizen. She's like a solid human being, and there's some credibility behind what she's doing. Being her friend and receiving these messages from the stars from her has been life-changing for me. Part of my whole evolution. I can't say enough things about her. She's awesome. You'll love her.
Is this going to be an open set? Can we invite people?
You tell us.
That's up to you. You got 30 minutes.
No, that's up to you. Because if you leave it to us, we invite 400 people.
Well, you've got 30 minutes to do our thing.
Wait, it's only 27 minutes.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
that, but that's 27 minutes of airtime. It's not 27 minutes of lifetime. She can talk to people afterwards, before, during, whatever.
Yeah, if people want to meet her, I mean, you.
Does she mind?
I'll have to ask her, because she's private, but she also understands that if she's going on the radio with you guys, privacy is
about 10.4
out the window.
million
You know what I mean?
subscribers on there. There's a little privacy out the window.
Yeah,
so
out the
interesting.
window.
And I know it's totally sidelined from Ubuntu Room that we're talking about, but you had sent me some audio tapes. I was telling you, and I heard something, and I'm like, really? And then I'm listening to your show with Russell, and then Russell had another show about it on Jesus and being, I don't want to say starseed, but differently than we had virtually thought of a starseed. And things that I never thought about, and you just open up perspective of, you know what, maybe there's more than we even know. Of course there's more, but more than we've even thought about.
Isn't it something?
Yeah.
Because I think what's happening now in this time in Earth's history is because of all the chaos and craziness. And again, I don't have to say what it is. We all know. We all have TVs, but people are forced to open their eyes. They're forced to consider things outside of what they already knew, because what they thought they knew is falling apart. So with that willingness to open the awareness, people are more open to these different ideas other than what they have been programmed or taught, in their lives. And my experiences, and I know that the audio you're talking about, the video you're talking about, that interaction was really something in again, helping broaden my awareness. So we could talk about that tomorrow too.
The woo is you. I feel I got more woo people around me now, which is so great, because sometimes I just feel like it's just me, and then I realize it's not.
How's it feel not to be alone?
It's unbelievable that other people actually believe in the woo like I do.
But isn't that what
I don't even think it's woo. It's just what it is.
It's just what it is.
Right.
But isn't that part of disclosure? The fact that you're not alone, that how you see things, and you kept a secret for so many years, maybe other people feel it. All of a sudden, you're finding a whole lot of cross-reference and conversations and beliefs, and maybe you haven't been nuts all your life after
Look at that
all.
one. She's part of it too. Look at
I
her
don't
on
want to
the
look
floor.
over there. She has me so entertained. I've been out of the corner of my eye, I've been watching what's going on over there. And she actually applauds little segments that she does. She's applauding, and then she goes, and she's like the little, you know what I'm talking about. Holy
She's in her
smokes.
glory over
There's
there.
like a whole show over here.
Yeah.
Totally.
And she take a picture, she claps, and I got it. Oh my goodness gracious.
It's just amazing. Right. So to think that it's not just, it's funny because Daphne, I have to introduce you to Daphne.
Oh,
She sent me
no.
a text yesterday, and I'll show it to
They'll
you.
blow up the roof.
And I was like, wow, she's just, sometimes you just have this soul connection with someone. It
Yeah.
doesn't mean it's your spouse, just like energetically. And she always knows. And she doesn't often send me a text of things I needed to do when I went home yesterday. I'm like, wow, she's right there with us.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
So you're talking about how more woo people are coming into your
Yeah.
sphere. And again, everything is alignment. Everything, as you know, is frequency, is vibration. The frequency of the vibration, you align with those people, and then people fall off and you meet new people who you align with. But do you find, because I'm seeing it more and more with me, and I think it's just with my vibration elevating, when I'm out and about, it's like you see people and you know that they know that you know that they know. Do you experience that? You're like, you just kind of glance, like I'll be at Costco and I'll like glance over and I'm like, oh, that's one of us. You know what I mean? And I've had the experience, and the first time this happened was about a couple of years ago. I was out with my daughters, and I was with these little glow lights because they're, the little baby unicorns, and I'm out with them and we're just kind of being ourselves. And we ran across these women who I was able to see behind their masks. Just take that for what it is. And I could see their darkness and their density, but I could see that they saw our unicorniness and were repelled by us. And it was a really interesting dark versus, oh my God, I hear myself, just take it for what it is, but a real interesting dark versus light in human form, just out there. I think we were at a place that were selling puppies. Like we were just like hanging out with the puppies. And it was like, and I was like, girls, we gotta go. Do you find anything like that happen with you? I would think you, because you're a glow bug.
Yes, it's more like the human side. I can't always say humanity. The human, earthly people that are even my friends will tell me you should, and it's always like an earthly thing I should do, or I should say to someone. And if I were you and you were doing a woman empowerment piece, I'm thinking you don't know, you don't get me, and that's okay because they don't, and nor am I going to impede what I say onto them.
Yeah.
Because after all these years, if they don't get me, then that's okay too. But right, so it's like a human thing, not humanity. It's a human, earthly thing. Like think I should do. Like I should say, Dana, if you want women empowerment, this is what you should say. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, and all they're doing is imposing their perspective.
Correct.
So if their perspective is here and yours is here, there's no way that they could even begin to understand what's between these spaces.
Right.
So so you can see that, but they can't because it's only to here. And again, this is not any kind of judgment. It's just an understanding that the more each of us broaden our perspective, the easier it will be to see the world and to understand others.
I'm going to hang more with you and Russ.
Yeah.
Why not? And Max.
Forgive them for they can't see. I mean,
100%.
It happens. It happens in our business every day of the week. And it's funny because we've learned to balance that you can't judge other people for having an opinion. You can't say they're wrong, right, or indifferent for having an opinion. An opinion is an opinion. Whether they deem it a certain way or they say it a certain way. I make fun of it, no matter what it is they say, because I think it's funny. It's funny to see human characteristics. And then when you prove that what you're trying to explain to them is correct, they'll tell you, oh, really? Well, I didn't see it that way. And then you get the I told you so's and all this other. Even when you're right, you still have to say you're wrong, because they defend themselves constantly. And rather than to have that conversation, okay.
But maybe there's not even right and wrong. Maybe it's just how you feel. And that's right for you.
Yeah, but who cares?
Or it's right for you.
Yeah, but as you do this business more and more, and people see you more and more, and you go to a restaurant and people are staring at you, like you did Sunday, and she's telling me, people are staring.
Like, there's people at the table are staring at us.
I go, so what? Let them stare.
It's like I said, I think they know you.
So what? Okay, I owe money, maybe. Who knows? There was a guy that came across the street. We were having lunch one day, and the guy says, I know, I don't mean to interrupt. And, it is what it is. Okay, moving on, man. Nobody knows me. You may know the hat.
But having you here definitely changes perspective. It definitely elevates the vibration. For me, it gives me space to even be me more.
And a lot of people.
Because I don't need to be human all the time. I can be who I want to be.
You're going to be what? Cumin?
Not human, but human.
Human? You?
Human?
Human.
Human. Subhuman. Anyway, I love it. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for raising the vibration and elevating everything that you do.
You're like a get out of jail card for her.
No.
I collected $200. She just gets out of jail.
It's amazing. All right, how do people find you?
You could find me at ubuntufishgallery.com, UBU, Ubuntu, and and anywhere on social media, just again, plop in my name, and there I am, yapping.
We should talk about the seminar thing. I think I like it more and more I think about it.
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, we can chit-chat about the seminar thing.
I like that.
And I really need to somehow get a camera over on Max. Maybe we can do
that would be fun.
a call-in, because what's going on over here on this product shoot,
she's like a mad scientist.
And you are looking for a product shoot, you have no idea what Max definitely
Max, you look like a scientist. I swear to God.
This is somebody who loves what she does.
Oh my God. She's she's having conversations, and she's asking questions and answering them.
Her guides are telling her what to do. All right, more to come. We'll be right back.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Welcome to Working Nurses Home Care, where your private care is our priority. We provide medical and supportive private duty care all under one agency, serving Broward, Palm Beach, and the Treasure Coast. From long-term care and companionship to recovery support, our nurses, therapists, and home health aides are here for you. We accept most major insurances, including United Medicare, Aetna, Humana, Oscar, Cigna, and Medicare. Count on us for care that you can trust. Call Broward at 954-916-7458 or Palm Beach at 561-409-0767. Visit us at www.workingnurseshomecare.com. At Working Nurses Home Care, we are here to serve and support.
Welcome to La Mesa Cafe Bistro, where every cup has a story. From freshly brewed coffee to comforting, flavorful dishes, it's the perfect place to slow down and savor the moment. Open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday and Monday. Stop by and taste the difference at 48 Northeast 1st Avenue in Boca Raton.
Imagina que este es tu dinero y alguien te lo quiere quitar. ¿Quién es? El IRS. Adivina qué, quieren tu dinero y pueden tomarlo. Todos si quieren. Entonces, ¿qué haces? Usted contraataca dejando que nuestro equipo de expertos lo resuelva con el IRS para poder conservar su dinero. Llame ahora mismo y aprende gratis cómo podemos ayudarte a volver a ponerlo en tu bolsillo. 5 minutos de tu tiempo pueden ahorrarte miles de dólares.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
On February 18, 1879, French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi was granted U.S. Design Patent D11-023 for his design of the Statue of Liberty. The patent protected the statue's ornamental appearance, the robed female figure holding a torch in her raised right hand and a tablet in her left, ensuring Bartholdi's artistic rights in the United States. Mark Twain's Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was published in the United States on February 18, 1885, after first appearing in the United Kingdom in late 1884. A sequel to The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, the novel follows Huck Finn and the escaped enslaved man Jim as they travel down the Mississippi River in the pre-Civil War South. On February 18, 1930, astronomer Clyde W. Tombaugh discovered Pluto at the Lowell Observatory. The search for a ninth planet had been initiated by Percival Lowell, who theorized that irregularities in the orbits of Uranus and Neptune were caused by an unseen planetary body. Lowell had calculated the planet's approximate location but never found it. Years later, using Lowell's calculations along with those of W.H. On February 18, 2001, Dale Earnhardt Sr., widely regarded as one of the greatest drivers in NASCAR history, died at age 49 during the 43rd Daytona 500 in Daytona Beach, Florida, U.S. Earnhardt was driving his iconic black No. 3 Chevrolet and was competing for third place on the final lap when he collided with another car and then crashed into the outside wall. On February 18, 2003, a mass casualty incident occurred in Daegu, South Korea when a man deliberately ignited a gasoline-filled container inside a 6-car subway train. The resulting fire quickly engulfed the train and spread to a second train that arrived at the station shortly afterward. In total, 198 people were killed and nearly 150 others were injured, making it one of the deadliest peacetime disasters in South Korea's history.
And we're back. You know, with all the TVs that we have, do we have one anywhere where we can see? Oh, one up there. Right in front of me is doing that one.
Max is brushing the key lime pie.
She's combing it.
Never seen anything like
She
it.
combs grooves into it, so when she takes a picture of it, it highlights.
She's doing a photo shoot for the Concord Grape Pie Company. She's been at this since 10 o'clock this morning.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I've
tell
seen
you.
her pictures. They're awesome.
Between your shoes and what's going on over here, and this in the middle, this is like a fudgicle. I can't believe what's going on over here.
So we were at Sinful Crepes doing a shoot for Lilified on Thursday night for a Lily Pulitzer group of women, and I wore the pink pom-pom shoes from Shia Cheval. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Max. The love. I could have sold those shoes probably 3 times.
I'm sure. Easily. Yep.
Totally crazy.
I never seen 25 women all with one brain.
Pink pom-poms?
The
Look,
shoes.
Shoes, if you love shoes, there's nothing better than seeing an amazing pair of shoes. I'm just saying.
And the way she sent, they shipped out.
I know.
They're incredible.
And then she gives you this amazing Amazing.
I like the bag better than the
bag
shoes.
and the box.
Oh God, no! The shoes are awesome, you guys. I don't have them on because they're too high, and they're not like you said. They're not standing and they're not.
What do you mean they're too high?
Standing
They're
or
too high.
walking?
You can't
No.
stand or walk in the shoes. You literally just have to sit.
But they
in
look
them.
really
but
good.
They look good when you're sitting.
Hold on. You buy an impractical shoe?
They look really good.
So I do it because
Yeah.
because of the show, and I like to promote her because she's such an awesome designer, and I do it because I love shoes, right? And you know, if you go to a nice restaurant, you go in, you sit down. All you have to do is if you have to go to the bathroom, you get up, you walk. It's like not bad, but not
You take
like,
off the shoes to go to the bathroom?
No.
You just have to
No,
walk
that
to the
would-
bathroom.
that would
It's
be
not very
gross.
far.
No,
No, I'm talking about you're saying they're too high. They're stilts.
They are high. Oh, they're high.
They're very
like
high.
4
So you bought a
inches.
pair of shoes that you can only sit in.
Right. That is
Is that what you're
correct.
telling me?
It's such a woman thing. You don't
It
understand.
is such a woman
By the end
thing.
of the shoot on Thursday, I had to change my shoes at the back door before I drove home.
You couldn't
how
walk
bad
in those
you're-
bad
That's,
boys.
that's what we're saying, right? And I wear shoes
How
like
high
that
are those
all the
heels?
time.
8 inches?
No.
I don't know
6
if they're
inches?
higher than these, but it's just there's no strap on them, so you're like it's just a slip on. It's
Right.
just like a bedroom slipper, quite honestly.
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no,
they're
no, no.
Beautiful.
I seen bedroom slippers. It ain't nothing like a bedroom. You're talking about something else.
It's not a chancleta.
No, it's not a chancleta. It's more like
That I can tell
let's
you.
make some movie
Imagine
slippers
your
or
mom
something.
throwing those across the room at you guys.
Something else.
Like
I'm
Freddie,
telling you.
here comes the chancleta.
No, that thing is used like a weapon. If you needed to get mugged and swing that
They
bad
are
boy.
all the
also
good
a very
words.
good weapon. Yes, you can.
It's a good
take the
weapon.
suckers off and whack
Stick somebody's eye out.
How many pairs of those kind of shoes do you own?
Like these, like ones that I can't walk in.
Yeah.
Probably two or three.
So you have I can't walk in shoes. So you walk in a bag and then put them on. Is that what you
Yeah,
do?
I have my sneakers on right now.
And you do the Madonna. You do the pose and you sit there and you're looking good with the shoes.
Yeah,
and-
I totally
Is that
look
what you
good
do?
with the shoes. Yeah,
If
yeah.
there's a fire, you have to throw your shoes off and run out barefoot.
Absolutely.
I have a
absolutely.
parent like those Saturday night going to the movies, and he says, "Why are you walking so slow?" And
'Cause
I
your
looked
feet
at
were
him.
You wore the shoes?
I didn't wear those. I wore others that were higher.
Right.
I totally like
Higher?
stiletto.
Why?
pink.
Are you talking 6-inch?
Like, why not?
No. Don't give me the double negative. Why would you wear a
'Cause they're
pair
really
of 12-inch
beautiful shoes.
stilettos to go to the movies?
Because they look
they look
pretty on
good.
my feet. What can I tell you?
Wow.
But
Listen, women dress for ourselves and
Yeah.
then men second. It's always about how, we want to
I'm beginning
look.
to see that.
Huh?
I'm beginning to
Yeah.
notice that.
Yeah. No, it's true.
that's just because we're at our age where we've empowered ourselves now.
Right.
I just have to chime in. I worked, in the school system, and I had to dress the part or whatever for a long time, and I always wore the heels. When I was pregnant, I wore heels up through 9 months pregnant.
Oh my God, girl. God bless you.
But in my 40s, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis.
Ooh.
And it totally messed with my feet. Like what it did to my feet was crazy. So now you see me, I wear slippers, like I wear the comfortable shoes or whatever. But I totally get you wear the shoes because they make the outfit. That's it.
That's so
That's
true.
it. And they are the outfit a lot of the time.
Hello.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I'm
for
gonna-
sure. Now it's about comfort. Now it's like
I'm going to chime in because I got to tell you, and no disrespect, I got to tell you, when I go to the movies and I see a chick in the high stiletto shoes, okay, now I'm from New York, Times Square, the whole nine, I get flashbacks because it don't make no sense to me. Now, I've been to the movies a gazillion billion times, and you're going to wear them high heel shoes. It reminds me of the clubs I used to go to, other hangouts I used to go to, yeah, all that. So here comes Dawn with her 12-inch heels. I'm going to say, yo, Nelly.
They were like blush suede stiletto pumps.
Oh, yeah.
oh well,
Huge.
come on.
Come on.
Absolutely. And they're going to the Cinemark Theater. Yes. No. Absolutely. Now I'm going to call Chuck. I said, what is wrong
I don't
with
even
you?
understand why I couldn't walk through the
Nobody.
whole
I
parking
don't
lot.
Dawn,
understand.
I'm sure you look absolutely gorgeous.
I'm
though.
sure you did. You got home and you soaked your feet for them blisters.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
You definitely pay for it.
who do you have on your show today on Faith Stories? We so digress.
Wow.
Lynn Barletta, she has a nonprofit called You Act, and it's United Against Child Trafficking. And I know a lot of parents don't want to hear about it, but we have to shine the light on this demonic thing that's being done to our children. And I'm not a mom, but I have nieces and nephews that have children, and it's such a dark topic, but I really wanted her to really talk about what she does and how she helps these children after they're rescued.
It's crazy. When you and I first started working together, we had that organization come in. Remember all the women who wrote that whole book
I remember
with Wendy Elliott?
I remember.
I had never heard of child trafficking, ever. And it comes to us about 8 years ago in the old studio, and I thought, you've got to be kidding me.
No.
And then they tell me that Fort Lauderdale Plantation is the #2 child trafficking location in the United States. I grew up in Plantation.
We're the biggest user of child trafficking.
And then
the
they tell
United
me
States. How
the
sick is that?
hotels on Glades Road know what's going on. And
Yeah.
again, I looked at you and said, what? And then they tell me why. In my mind, in my magical unicorn brain, I think, who could even think of such a vile thing to do?
To a child.
Number one, to an adult, right? How could even rape and all of that is bad enough. But to a child, like, and this is a thing that goes on. This isn't even just one person.
No.
I
It's
cannot
throughout
wrap my head around
every industry, CEOs, politicians, you name it. I mean, it permeates through our society
And I don't
around the world.
understand.
It's not just the United States.
It's the money.
And it's not even like I go, okay,
It is the
we're
money.
okay to
It's the
disagree
money.
on this. There's no okay to disagree on this.
No.
There's
No.
nothing good that you can even get me to persuade to think differently.
Right. Unless you're actually doing it.
But yet
and then
it's
you don't.
so.
You know?
But do you think they know it's demonic? Do you think they
It
know
is
it's
demonic.
evil?
It's in the Bible.
But do you think people who are doing it realize they're doing evil?
Of course they do. There's
Do you?
Yes, yeah.
Do you think
yeah.
people that do
They-
evil know they're doing evil?
They just arrested the pilot that flew Epstein's plane into Brazil, only Brazil, because there were more than one plane. And he used to pay the families and take the kids.
Right.
And
Right.
they just arrested him a week ago. And this guy was in the hiding. And you know, they asked him, why would you do something like that? He says, I got paid to fly a plane and pick up people. He's acting like he didn't know what
No
was
big
going
deal,
on.
right? No.
He didn't. He says, I thought I was saving these kids from poor, because these are very poor children and what have you. But you know, you're either an abuser or a user. It's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's the money. Everything is about the money.
Well, that's the thing. It's like children can be sold over and over and over again, and that it is a huge business. But I don't care. I mean, if that's your motivating factor, then you're a demon, no matter what. I'm sorry. You just money means nothing if you don't have your life, and if that child doesn't have, grow up in a safe place. That just it's so upsetting.
It'll be a good interview.
And the way they lie about it is the part that gets to me.
Yeah.
You got some of these huge names.
Right.
And they go, I would never do that. I got children.
So, one of the things, it's like people can lie about it, but God sees all and knows all. You can't hide from God. You have a millstone around your neck and you are going down. I'm sorry. Unless you repent and ask for forgiveness, because there is no way you're going to do that to children and get away with it. There's not.
It's that heart chakra again.
It's part of that. You better have a big chakra. A chakra khan is what you better have to have forgiveness, because you can never forgive that.
Dawn, I just have to chime in because you had said earlier, do they know they're evil? Do they know? And I do think that there's a level of they know what they're doing. They may not call themselves evil, but they know what they're doing. And we talked earlier when we were speaking about the corruption. It's designed. Remember the energy. You got the dark and light, the dense and the high vibratory, and there's a corruption of things that are pure. So the obvious question would be like, why would you want to be that kind of involvement with children? We don't talk about the real dark stuff, but even sexually, like, I don't get it. But it's not about sexual, I think. It's more about the corruption of purity. And when you corrupt purity, right? When you corrupt purity, then
Satan
evil,
loves that.
darkness. Satan loves corruption of purity, but
he does.
That's the darkness. So that's what I think. I think they know what they're doing. What they call themselves is,
I always
their
think, do
business.
people who do bad things know that they're bad things?
Yeah, that's where the shame and the guilt comes in.
It
We
depends on
talked
how
about-
much money the bad thing is bringing you in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they know. Again, the chakras, but
I'm
the
6
hurt
years old.
people
I
hurt
can't even
people.
believe.
If you're vibrating in a place of again, insecurity and guilt and shame, we have to control and all of those things. You know it, you carry it, but it's just your state of being. You don't know what it feels like to be free of that unless you freed yourself. So they just kind of live there in that sort of astral plane energy, but they're
living in the yuck
they're
versus
living
the
in
suck.
hell. You know, it all depends on how you look at it. We're all just using different language, but it's the same thing. Living in the yuck, in the
They're
suck.
living in the yuck and the suck.
There was this. Let me say it's a movie. There was this movie that I saw where these families were talking about they'll do everything in the business except sell heroin, and they were telling the dealers on the street they're not allowed to sell heroin, but they're allowed to sell every other drug.
Because they have standards.
So they have standards. So the funny thing is that, and I was witnessing this whole thing going down, and then they felt guilty about making money except for heroin, so they started buying a truckload of turkeys, and they gave them out to the people in the streets. And it was the drug lords that were doing it. They were giving them out, the dealers.
To absolve the guilt?
For free, to absorb the guilt. So do you understand?
Still guilty.
Absolution of guilt. Here's
and
a turkey.
they used the money. They used
I'm
the
sorry
money.
your child died, but here's a turkey. Yeah,
They
okay.
used the money that they raised doing all of that. And if you were to ask this person, do you know you're doing evil? He says, what are you talking about? I bought turkeys.
Yeah.
Not how they got there, but that they bought turkey. I would just shake my head and say, what is this? But this is the kind of mentality that we have going on around us right now. They justify the ends with giving the turkey, but they don't justify about how they got there. And they'll tell you, oh no, I don't sell drugs because they consider heroin the #1 drug in the day, but I sell everything else. And this conversation we had at the famous Studio 54 in Manhattan, right in front of me. I could not believe it. But that's what the mentality is.
Yeah.
They will absorb that they know they're evil by giving away a piece of chewing gum and says, but I gave something back.
Huh. Is that like hamburgers for a COVID shot? I'm asking for a friend.
Was it a hamburger?
Remember it was de Blasio? He was eating a hamburger and he's like, you could get one of these when you go get your COVID shot.
But then they give you like also $5 or $25.
Oh my God, it was all sorts of incentives, but it's the same
That should have
mentality.
given you a red flag right there.
Yeah, same mentality. I mean, I don't want to say.
But it's interesting because you were and I were talking before the show that you said people have a calling and energy, and some energies are just to be disruptors and be corruptors.
Yep.
So the other energies can come in and say, you know what, we got to clear this up and bring light to the world.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your soul decides, I'm coming back because I'm going to be a disruptor?
Yeah.
That I can't imagine, but
because you're not in
who am I?
alignment with that.
Right.
But if there's that lower vibratory energy, that's the only job that suits them, because that's where their vibration is.
Well, then maybe a prior life they were even lower sleep on the totem pole. They were mass killers, and they just came back as drug dealers.
It's just like we think of scum on the bottom of a pond or something.
You know, but hindsight is 50-50.
Hindsight of what?
Of what you know
Of
now.
corruption?
Of what you know now and think about now.
Hindsight's 50-50, not
Yeah.
20-20?
I think it's 2020.
So you're halfway right?
It used to be 80-20. Yeah, I don't know what the hell I'm talking
Got
about.
me some 50-50 hindsight.
You know,
I may be right, I may be wrong. I may do it again.
I'm gonna tell you, what you gotta do is you take an evil person that's doing something evil and you put him in front of his mom, because you know every mom in the world says my son's a good boy,
Right.
my daughter's a good girl, and they never did nothing wrong. The jail's full of everybody that didn't do it.
Nobody's guilty.
But nobody's guilty. It's an amazing place we live. Nobody's guilty. Meanwhile, there's 15 people dead in front of you. But you put them in front of their mother and you watch them shrink. The truth will set you free. That's what they should do in the court system. You bring your mother up and say, okay, you know how you do the Bible thing?
Yeah, but what
Let
if
your mother do it.
what if the mom's evil too? That doesn't do
She
any
has
good.
a mom. Everybody got a mom. Can't say you all have a dad, but I can say you all have a mom. And eventually you'll hit the root of this evilness. Is a transparency. Here it is. It's coming out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Got
I'm
no
looking-
place to hide.
I'm looking at all these pies thinking I can't wait for them all to dig in.
Do you see that?
Is that your favorite?
No,
That's
but
pecan pie.
That looks amazing.
They
So
look
these
incredible.
pies came from where?
The Concord Grape Pie Company.
Okay.
So new sponsor of the show.
Where are they?
They're actually at farmers markets and online. So Delray, Deerfield on Saturday.
Okay.
See that?
Oh.
Saturdays and Sundays. You can order online. They've got the full size and then these mini That must be, I don't even know. I'll have to dig in and
What,
see
this?
which ones they are.
This
I
is
see the
an
grape or
apple.
blueberry. I just see.
This? I don't know what it is. The way she put it. Oh, blueberry.
It might be grape.
Grape.
Just eat it. You can't.
I can't.
Oh,
All right, check it out.
Let me tell you, what a test. They put all of this
And you
deliciousness in
can't
front
eat
of me.
any of it.
Now
Look
he
at Gordon.
makes a sugar-free one, which I can only eat a little bit at a time anyway.
Oh,
but
really?
I don't. I eat the whole thing. But this is an amazing. If you want to try it, and these come five
Apple
to a
pie
pack.
bites. Yeah.
I never heard of an apple pie bite. Never heard of it.
Is it like a turnover or something?
They're just little mini apple pies.
Little minis. So you can take a bite.
cute.
Delicious.
So you can watch your girlish figure
You're
in your
sleepy enough,
eight-foot
so girlish
in your
anymore.
8-foot heels. Lord have
All
mercy.
right, you ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, so they could dig in.
All right, Dana, tell everyone how they can find you again.
Okay. UbuntuFishGallery.com, UBUNTU fishgallery.com, and find me on social media. Find me on the YouTube and the TikTok and the Instagram, and Ugati TikTok is what my mother-in-law would say. And I'll see you there.
Excuse me.
7:30 tomorrow night. We're going to be
Brooklyn Cafe
interviewing
Show after hours is going to be great.
Dana and a
super
special
excited.
guest, and we're going to find out whether or not if you want to come down to meet them, open the set.
Sure.
If you give me the green light, we'll post something so you can come down. I'm kind of interested to see what would happen if people come down, and then afterwards, because we're going to do our set, and you can talk to them afterwards. It could be an interesting take on this thing.
All right, tune into Faith Stories today at 3 o'clock with Dawn DeMarco Book. Always a great show on Amp Media Productions and Faith Stories on YouTube. All right, check out the Concord Grape Pie Company. If you need to elevate your business through product shoots, I'm still watching her over there. Duckworth Studios. She's
Killing
been
it.
working on this 1 hour shoot for 3 hours, so definitely well worth the investment. Can't wait to show you all the pictures.
She captured the shot.
She captured
Yeah,
everything.
she was applauding.
All right, have a great day, everyone. Stay safe, be kind to each other, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
National Battery Day, observed on February 18th, is a day to recognize the importance of batteries in our daily lives and their impact on modern technology. Batteries are not just power sources for phones and laptops, they are essential for countless devices, from remote controls and flashlights to electric vehicles and renewable energy storage systems. The day also highlights the history and innovation behind batteries. The first true battery was invented by Alessandro Volta in 1800, called the voltaic pile, which laid the foundation for modern electrochemical cells. Today, batteries have evolved into rechargeable lithium-ion types that power almost everything portable, making our devices lighter, longer-lasting, and more efficient. National Battery Day also serves as a reminder to recycle batteries responsibly, since improper disposal can harm the environment. It's a celebration of technology that keeps us connected, mobile, and independent of constant electricity.
This segment is brought to you in part by the Concord Grape Pie Company. People usually view pie as an all-American pastime, but what if I told you that the invention of pie predates the colonization of America? 5,640 miles away and 4,000 years ago, fruit pies were invented in ancient Egypt. Originally, it started with bread. However, the dough was eventually filled with sweet fillings like honey or mashed dates.
Tasty.
Once they found out how amazing these tasted, they offered these treats to the Egyptian gods. However, by 1500 BC, the Egyptians made even more types of pies and refined how they made their pies. Back then they used these dome-shaped ovens to make the pies. These ovens were made of clay, and after that, they spread all over the world, and that's how fruit pies were made.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.